Okay, so if this lack of response from the Federal Emergency Management Association, if that doesn't get people to realize that the government is not at all on their sides, I don't know what will. I mean, we've got helicopters literally tearing down donation sites. That's insane. This is, let's call it what it is. This is an execution. Okay, and it happens every time. Look at what happened in Paradise. I think that's so telling. Reality gives these little ironies. Look what happened in Paradise. People were literally blocked in by authorities, and they cooked in their cars. How long are we going to let this happen? Will you start caring when it's your family, when it's your cousins cooking in those cars and drowning in the floods, or starving because emergency supplies aren't allowed? Dude, this is an affront on everything that this country stands for, or this country is supposed to stand for. Right now, this country stands for nothing but greed and manipulation. That's what this country is. But dude, that was an attack, regardless of what caused the weather. Let's say it was 100% natural. The response to the weather and the effect on people's lives, that was an attack. It's time to just stop tolerating this. Okay, you don't have to tolerate this. Free men and women don't ask for permission to give supplies to people in need. Okay, and you don't get talked down from helping people because you're threatened with arrest. That's what slaves do. And that goes into the whole general theme of my channel, is we got to stop acting like slaves. Get in your helicopter and save the people you're going to save. What is he going to do? Pull you out of your helicopter? If he does, let him. Okay? As much as people are touting that guy as a hero, he backed down right when his own safety started being threatened. And just threatened with arrest, not even with with loss of life or anything, although that does come as a contingency oftentimes. But I don't understand how we're just going to sit. I can't do much as one person but speak out against what's happening, when I got everybody around me just ho-humming along, worrying about such petty bullshit that there's no sense to it. It doesn't matter who gets elected. It doesn't matter. Your rights are going to be stolen by people who don't have to answer to the president. The president will do nothing to serve you. Start worrying about what's in your immediate area. Because if everybody worries about their own immediate area, that's it. They can't do anything. You can't take out an entire nation of tyrants. But a town can take on the tyrants in their town. It's easy. You just arrest them, or you just disregard what they say, because you are many and they are few. But everybody's become so cowardly. Just do what you're told, because it's easier to go along with it than to stand up, or to speak out, or to even care. It's easier to just think what you're told to think than it is to deal with the cognitive dissonance when you start letting your morals get into play. But we got to stop that, man. between the screens, just spray painting black paint on people's third eye. And I mean, that's pretty much it. But schools are a big part of it too. You know, you're taught to get in line and stay in line, or else you get put in jail. I mean, what's detention but jail? What's suspension but more jail? I mean, the programming runs deep, extremely deep, but we need to collectively just slough it off, because you can't ask for your freedom back. Freedom, it was never gifted to you, and it will never be returned to you willingly. That's the thing. Because in order to return your rights to you, they have to give up something more valuable to them than your rights, which is control. That's never going to happen. Let's be real. You can't vote your way out of tyranny. And each 4-year cycle, people are like, oh, this time's going to be different. This time's going to be different. This politician is really going to be on my side. No, it doesn't matter, okay? You know, these same people that think that also think elections can be stolen. If elections can be stolen, they will be stolen. If elections can be stolen, they're not elections. Plain and simple. You got to stop counting on them being reality by your very own logic. Start actually, you know, voting is a coward's way to try to affect change. That's what it is. Actually do your part to affect change in your community. That's what maketh a hero. And, you know, and don't be talked down because you're threatened with arrest. Many times that threat is just that. It's a threat. Cops know, firemen know, anybody in the government knows that people are really susceptible to the chains of fear. And fear will bind them where they are. So they use it against us. That is their most potent and powerful weapon, is fear. Because then they don't need to fire a bullet, because people stay in line. What did they do in 2020? They made you fear for your lives, and you stayed in line. You followed every single rule. Not all of you, but, you know, as a whole, people just went along with it because they were in fear of their lives. Stop being in fear of your lives. There are things more precious than life. If life is slavery, it's worth risking it to change. It's worth risking your life to break the chains of your slavery, of your enslavement, 100%. And to do the same for your neighbor. But hey, let's catch football tonight. I wonder who's going to win the sports ball game. I'm going to cheer with them like I did something, like they did something. Children have no forward action, and that's what this nation is. It's a nation full of toddlers, hairy, gross toddlers. That's what we've all become. Fat, gross toddlers. Time to grow up. Like, life is so much more than people are giving it credit for being. It is not government. Life is not being controlled by the government. Life is what is beyond that, beyond the wall. I've seen beyond the wall. Have you? And the worms ate into his brain.